Hey Pisces, hope you are doing well, lovely. And just checking in and seeing what the energies are right now and what Spirit wants you to know. So let's check in. So I've started with some energy just to see what the energy is for the time ahead for you. So the first one that's come on through is risk. And this is about take a chance. Every risk is a success when you're committed to learning and growth. So if you're looking to make a decision right now, Pisces, this is letting you know that don't be afraid to jump on in, okay? The one next is self-worth, elevate. So this is about you get what you believe you deserve. It's time to raise your standards. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Is like really check in, Pisces, right now on where your mindset is at, where your thinking is at, and if you're setting up yourself each day for successful thinking, energy, and things that you're around. And then finally, we've got surprise, which is release your expectations and be open to surprise. So this is a really nice way to kick off the energy right now on what's happening, Pisces, or for some of you, being Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising, I feel like there is this significant leap forward for you. It's interesting, as I was meditating before this session, what was coming out, two things, because I asked Spirit, was one was like fly, and the other one was kind of the vision of like water, but also the phoenix rising. And I thought it was interesting that there's water being Pisces, but then the phoenix rising through there, but it was in a way that was like in the image, think of like when the traditional hanged man, how he's got his leg kind of out, but this, he was upright, but it was the phoenix rising in that energy. So I think that there might be like some other I feel like there's some other image that might be out there that is like a well-known, I don't know if it's a painting or work of art or something of that nature, but that was what was coming through with the phoenix rising energy and fly. And I feel like what that is that amongst the emotions and the things that we're feeling, Pisces, this is also a time to, just because your water energy doesn't mean that you can't fire up and rise up to do the things that you need to do in a different way than you're used to. And I feel like part of that phoenix rising is this fierce energy of like you claiming your path forward, your way forward, but in a way that is going to be very unexpected. I just feel like there's something unexpected, something that may surprise you as part of the process as you take these risks forward. I think you're even going to surprise yourself in some way of the things that you've put yourself out there to do, because it's super outside your comfort zone. But then there's this other aspect of like, wow, okay, this is happening. And yeah, I really just feel like there is this new version of you that's coming on through right now, doing things that you haven't done before. So we've got the devil energy and the sun. That is so interesting. We've got the Seven of Swords, temperance, and strength. The word that's coming on through is disclosure. So something potentially that may need to be shared. It's interesting too. First time I've noticed this is this Seven of Swords. It's showing a ring. Anyway, what's come through immediately here, Pisces, with the risk energy and the elevate of self-worth, I feel like this could be the devil energy kind of showing up here for you. And it is about, I feel like it's part of you playing safe and allowing that, whether it's self-talk, you know, devil talk. I don't know in terms of that, but there's something that is keeping you in the safe zone, that is not allowing you to extend, okay, or expand yourself to take the risks that you need to take to get the results that you want to get. And a lot can be about our self-worth, the way that we've been programmed, and patterns that show up for us time and time again. But I feel like once you identify this and can master the thinking that is behind you, because sometimes what happens is that we're saying the right things, but energetically we're not thinking the right things. So you could be saying all day, like, yes, I know I'm going to get this job. I know I'm going to get this job. I know I'm going to get this job. And then, but inside you've got every thought of why you're not going to get this job, or you don't believe it in the cells of your body. And I feel like there might be a little disconnect here for you, of you not seeing your self-worth, I should say, and how brilliant you are, how amazing you are. But you're the one who's got to believe it most, okay? As much as we all can, it's about you believing in you and claiming yourself and what it is that you want and your desires, and not feel guilty for it. And I feel like there's just something around this that's coming up, but it's quite under the layers. It's like peeling an onion back, right? It's not something that you realize is potentially causing a little bit of conflict from you really leaping ahead, and like that phoenix rising energy. But as we step into the sun, you know, and I mean, feel it when you step into that sun, and that sun is just glorious, shining bright, you know, letting everyone know I'm here, and I'm here to heal. I'm here to be that beautiful, bold light that I'm meant to be in people's lives. And I feel like this is you just, it's like you finally see yourself, Pisces, in a way that who you really are. And again, I think it's just this little bit of playing safe versus stepping out and being that Sun Leo energy. With the Seven of Swords that is showing up here with the self-worth, you know, I said disclosure. That's the first word that came up when I had that card. Is there someone close to you that you have some form of agreement or arrangement with that hasn't shared something potentially with you? I feel like that's just something to check in. And it doesn't necessarily mean it's something huge, but I just feel here somewhere along the path there's just something that needs to be disclosed that hasn't been. And it really could just be like, I think there's a part of it too, Pisces, what's just coming on in is like you're kind of feeling maybe in a place that is, I don't know, even it could be like someone has said something to you, and it could just be a normal part of what you think is communication. But as you're really looking at the way this person communicates or talks with you, you're just recognizing like when you're setting boundaries or when you're showing up because that's what you need to do for yourself, because there's just some things that don't sit right. You want to put your energy in the right places in support of your path and your journey. And I feel like because you're doing a bit of this now, Pisces, and getting stronger in taking care of yourself first rather than giving all of you to everyone, I feel like this is kind of making people feel super uncomfortable, but you're starting to see their own self-worth issues, their own insecurities kind of coming out, and then putting it on you because they're used to you being there. They're used to just you making them feel so important and so relevant and so heard and so seen, and you just show up when they need you. I mean, it could be even just like going to dinner or something like that, or going for a drink or having that phone conversation. But I think you're so focused on your world right now, and even though, you know, maybe you're tired, maybe you need rest, maybe there's other priorities that need to take place, and you're being okay with owning that and sharing that and trying to communicate that in a really positive way, right? Um, I'm not taking this as like letting down someone in respect of not showing up, ghosting, not considering other people. I feel like you're really trying to take the right steps in taking care of yourself, but being open and honest that I just can't make this right now. I'd love to see how can we like move things to next week or something of that nature. I feel like something similar to that is kind of what's happening, but you're starting to see people not respect or understand your situation, and you've always been the understanding person, or you've always supported other people no matter where they're at, no matter if you've felt let down or people didn't show up or show up on time. Like, you try to stay in integrity, and I feel like you're just starting to notice other people around you right now. I just kind of, I'm going to say, pissing you off, because you start reading between the lines a bit more and going, are they freaking serious? Like, I just couldn't do this, or I needed to do this, or I had this other priority, and they're really giving it and sticking it to me this way. And again, I think there's just some form of something that's been shared or is going to be shared in that nature, which is maybe going to help you realize what you need to cut out, because that's going to kind of hold you back a little bit. But sometimes too, you're making other people recognize their own, or you're seeing other people's own self-belief and self-worth, but it's also making you realize too that you're okay setting boundaries and you're not going to feel guilty for it. But I think there's also this little battle you have inside of you, because you like to make sure everyone's happy and pleased and whatever. But you're just also like, are they fucking serious? Did they seriously just say that to me? Like, as if you're second rate now because it's not about them. It's kind of weird. Anyway, moving on from that. So then we move into the Temperance and the Strength card. And that's where I do find this interesting, is because I feel like there's a little bit of energy where you're feeling a little, I'm going to say cheated, but it's not cheated on. It's like cheated as in you expected better from that person to show up. So I feel like that's someone's energy, but you figure it out within yourself, Pisces. You recognize that you don't need to take on other people's shit, and you're okay that not to. And again, with this staying focused in this good energy, I feel like that's where you're focusing. You're really focusing on your inner world right now, so you can step into this bold self and attract in the things that you really want to attract. And it's just letting you know too, like, when you're in balance emotionally, mentally, spiritually, even physically, because everything turns into physical form here, right? That you're going to hold this strength to do some incredible things is what I feel. But it's interesting too, you've got kind of double Leo energy here, which to me is letting you know that that's where you need to be shining, and shining in what makes you feel good. Stepping into the places that make you feel supported, that make you feel free, that make you feel like really good about who you are and what you're doing. But I think there's this part of you that you just feel let down because you keep trusting in people, or think, oh, I finally met a great friend, or I finally met this type of person, I've met that type of person. Like, you're feeling happy when you do come into contact. But I think there's this part of you that you get to know people too much, and it's just like, why does everyone have a fucking problem when I need to do me? And I that's just what I'm getting. And it to me, this is like, hold your ground, Pisces. Like, hold your strength in who you are, because as you do, and I mean, you've got the Emperor and the Queen of Pentacles. This is like this is it, right? Sorry, there was like lots of information coming down here. But what's happening here is that that's what this is people see you as someone who does the you. Does that even make sense? Hang on. What are we, I know what's trying to be said, but what the spirit is saying to me, it's really interesting how it's coming out. It's like, you doing you. There we go. You doing you. And I think that's the thing, is people actually see you in this energy of like someone who's going after what they want, doing what they want to do. Maybe like people actually envy your life and who you've become, or they can see where you're going, right? But that is kind of the energy that potentially could be holding you back because that you don't see yourself that way. But to let you know, it's kind of pissing people off as well. And it's pissing people off because you're reminding them of who it is you are, what you need to do, and going after it, and the success that keeps happening. Just for some reason, why is it that people are really happy or feel really content when you're not in a good place, and they're there for you because they're like, I don't know, is it one up? I don't understand this, right? I don't know why this story and scenario is coming in, but I just feel like there's this part of you, Pisces, that when you're having a low moment, a down moment, it's like they thrive off it. And it's not visible at first. It's only when things are good for you, you recognize then they don't support you. It's really bizarre, really, really bizarre. But what's happening is that I feel with this Emperor card, you've got this new wisdom and energy coming on in about you and your thinking. When the Emperor's in Emperor mode, right? When they're really connected to themselves, they have the wisdom, they know the steps to take, okay? They also know the authority that they hold when they claim their power and energy. The Emperor, I feel, sometimes can be a bit of an ass and a bit of a jerk, but that's because he's got such strong boundaries and knows exactly what's going to work and what's not going to work, and is not going to take anything less. But I think they're very decisive, right? And decisive in a way of just, they don't need to think too hard about it. There's just this knowing, and they've done the work, they've done the study, they've got everything behind them that they need to navigate the path forward. And usually this type of energy is navigating the path forward for a lot of people in their space or in the work that they're doing. So I feel a part of your stepping into this Emperor energy is about you making decisions, stepping forth, being bold, and even brazen in some way to really go after what it is that you want, Pisces. And I think as you do, you're going to soften a bit, but I think you just need to get a bit rah-rah right now and just like go full force, be so certain, be so decisive, and just go hard after what you want. And that's going to dispel this devil energy. That's going to, and the devil energy, it's just, it really is about not letting those thoughts in this scenario pierce on through to crack, or, you know, your questioning of your self-worth, of, are you allowed to charge this much? Are you allowed to ask for these things? Like, damn right you can. And it's okay, and you're allowed to. And I feel like you're then stepping into the Queen of Pentacles energy, because there was just this part of you, I think, that had enough of all the people, all the bullshit. And you're going to just go a little bit harder for a while, because you know that you need to be in full action mode, full claiming what you want mode, getting what you want done, and you don't need anyone in your way. And if they come in your way, I feel like there's this part of you that you're just going to be like, don't fucking care, I'm coming on through. And I like that for you, Pisces, okay? Because I think you're not doing it from a way of like where you're steaming outside yourself and people can see, whoa, they're on a mission, stay clear. This is not like being so controlled and certain of who you are, what you're doing, what you're going after. And then you step into this Queen of Pentacles energy, which is about, it's like the financial gains are going to come on through is what I feel here. But there's this certainty of what's next, and what keeps the money flowing in is kind of what I'm getting here. But you're just going to have to do something a little bit different, and that's stepping into this Emperor energy. Because even though you may be a leader, Pisces, there can be a very interesting pattern that falls in of distraction, of procrastinating by focusing on others, and it sometimes just comes in with this little bit of lack of ourselves, not realizing. It's like, are you afraid to really have all this success? Are you afraid to have all this money? Are you afraid of what people are going to think? And I feel like that talk is going away. And as it goes away, this secure place, it's like you've achieved what you need to achieve. You've got the Sun and the Queen of Pentacles, right? But then the Five of Wands kicks in with this Seven of Swords. And it could be that there's just lots of different things coming in for you that you need to put to bed and put to rest. And I don't know if it's gossip, Pisces. There's some talk. But I just feel like you are not standing for it. But I don't know. I just feel like there's something coming in that Yeah, I just feel like there's some conversation. Yeah. And this is about you standing up for yourself. I think someone's going to challenge your thinking, your way of being, your way of doing things, and they're not in a place to do that. I mean, they can do what they want, but they're not in a place where, I don't know, like they can say what they want, but they also don't have a right to try and rain on your parade. And I feel for some of you, it's like you've got all these things coming into place, working out for you. And at the same time, there's people that are just not happy about it. And I feel like they might be causing conflict with you to get your attention. And that's what this competing energy is. I feel like there's some form of competing energy that's coming on in, but it's a lot around communication, people needing you, people wanting you. I think people are just going to share shit that is unnecessary just to get your attention. That's kind of what I'm feeling here. And then with the Seven of Wands, you're kind of like, really? Let's go. Let's have this conversation because I'm fucking done, is kind of the energy that I'm getting here. You're just stepping into this new fierceness of you, Pisces, but there's also this part of you when you can be fierce. We know we all have that in us, but you also need to take time out to recharge because you don't do well with that in respect of if you have to go to that place of really just like, enough, I'm not doing this, figure your shit out. I'm in a good place. Why are you coming in, sharing this shit? How can I support you? What do you really need? What do you want? This person is not going to really give you the answer that you seek. They just want your attention. They want your time. And that's what I'm getting here. So I don't know if you've got some friends, people, former like work relationships. There's just something where someone is just not happy about the success that you have, Pisces, but you're figuring out how to balance this out, but you have to recharge up as part of just standing up for yourself. It's like, and I think you're cutting it out as well, which is really, I think you need to be proud of that. Even though it's not easy, it's something to be proud of when you're not taking other people's shit anymore. So with this energy, we've got the Creator card and the Two of Wands. So what I'm getting here with the Temperance energy and the Eight of Cups, okay? The Eight of Cups is about making a change, going after, going kind of in a new direction. And with the Temperance card, I think as things balance out, the new direction is about getting clear on what you don't want to be able to create what it is that you do want. And I feel right now with the Creator energy and the No, this is a powerful card in a sense of that rising up energy. And I'm really feeling that. You're really in a place, Pisces, moving into a place where you're just not going to be taking anyone's shit, anyone's poor belief systems, anyone who is going to try and stop you from being who you finally want to become. And you finally have the energy and the tenacity and the vision to go after certain things. And I really think anyone who's coming in your path, you're kind of going to steamroll them. But in a sense of like really getting stronger in your boundaries, really getting clear on who you want to spend your time with and who you don't. And as you do that, your plans, you're getting clear on what plans that you're going after, what it is that you want to create. And I feel with this Creator energy, the change is because you want to create a life that's in alignment for you. You are not about living other people's dreams anymore or satisfying other people because that makes them happy. You're asking yourself, what makes me happy? I'm ready to make me happy. I'm tired of relying on other people. And it's not in a bad way. I just think you want to claim this new independence, Pisces, whether it's financial independence, whether it's like doing the things that also make you happy, finding Pisces time, but this will balance out. And I do feel like you're getting clear on the path that you're going and the direction, but you just know that there's some change that needs to occur for this to happen. So with the Strength card, you've got the King of Wands and then you've got the Three of Wands. So you've got a lot of Wands energy coming on in, which is all about taking action, going forth, staying connected to what you stand for. But in addition to standing up for yourself and what you stand for, it's being really connected to this this firing desire, burning desire that you have within yourself. And as you keep that strength, Pisces, and as you move forward towards your plans and really getting clear on the yes energy and saying no to what is not on that path for you, you're going to come out the other side in this King of Wands energy. So you've got, the Emperor energy already here along with the Queen of Pentacles, and now you've got a King of Wands. This is a perfect match. It's showing here that the activity that you do, this following your desires, is going to give you the financial rewards and gain. And with this Three of Wands energy, what I really like about this is like luck is on your side. Your pursuit of what you're going after. She's got a pentacle here, okay? So this is like connected to your heart, but connected to the money coming to life for you at the same time. Okay, let's just see if this is I want to see who this King of Wands energy is. I just want to dive a bit deeper. Thank you. It's interesting with the Seven of Cups with the King of Wands. I think there's a part of you, Pisces, that wants to do a lot of things. But you're trying to get focused on what those things are right now. I think you've got a lot of opportunities, but you're really trying to trust in yourself and move forward in a way that's going to give you this stability, but at the same time gets you excited, right? You don't want to be standing still anymore. So with the Page of Pentacles and the Three of Swords, it's interesting what energy is coming on through here. I don't know for some of you if there has been some form of change in your family dynamic. For some reason with this, I feel like this is a side message. I'm just letting you know, this is a side message. So I feel like I don't know for some of you, if you're like separated or divorced, have kids living in different locations, maybe there's been a change in the family dynamic, but I feel this is in relation to a child. And there's just a little bit of sadness around there right now because I feel like maybe there was some heaviness around this relationship, even, being a child. Not all relationships are wonderful. And sometimes, through divorce or through separation or something of that nature, there can be some form of disconnect or sadness because they're not with another parent or vice versa. Just something like, I feel like this child perhaps was going through something. And there's just a little bit of sadness around that. But it's interesting too, because I feel like if this has kind of been cleared, I feel at the same time this is opening up new opportunities for you. But I feel like in somewhere along the way there's been some form of change. It just has saddened you a bit. And maybe too now with the change, there needs to be, I don't know, there's something to do with stability with this kid, like creating the stability for this child. I don't know for some of you if you need to be traveling to visit them, but money, there's also something to do with money around this child. I don't know, it's an interesting energy, what's coming through, but I feel this is a side note for some of you, okay? But I feel that this has got something to do with your path and your journey, Pisces. And maybe you're working really hard to support this child as well. And then you've got the Queen of Wands energy. I mean, you've got the King of Wands and Queen of Wands. So this could have been like a former relationship. And this is now your time where you're stepping into your own. And you're stepping into your own with this Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, and the King of Wands energy. Again, I think this came in your reading yesterday. This is about you really stepping into your own path, onto your own journey, and creating your own sense of self and stability. And I think you're just a powerful force right now, Pisces. Like you're kind of just done with doing things people's way to keep them happy, and you're just doing you, and you should be proud. So Master Buddha is the card you've got here, which is deep connection, trust your inner voice. And then you've got Taurus, cosmic gateway. Your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring. And we kind of did say this here. Your thoughts are really powerful at this time, Pisces. And I think once you step out of this energy over here, or that's kind of there, or these thoughts that might be keep creeping in and stepping into this Emperor energy, you're really going to see a shift occur where you're going to start attracting a lot of good things. When you have a lot of good things coming your way, because you've broken away from energy that has been taking rather than supporting, you're going to start to see them come back in. So if you have been just focused on you and then kind of left people to the side, they're going to come in and they're going to be a bit annoying about it. And I think, standing your ground and really continue on your path is essentially important for you right now. But you're going to start see a change as well, a change in what it is that you're doing, where you're going, but a good change, a change in like who do I want to be and what do I need to do to make it happen. And I think you're just really dedicated and focused right now, and something that you should be proud of. I think the more you stay in that energy, you're going to see incredible opportunities, benefits, choices come on in. And you will be making decisions so sound and ones that are so in alignment with yourself, because it's like you're stepping up vibrationally, Pisces, to this new place, and you know exactly what it is that you want. If you've got a child, like I said, or a relationship where there's someone younger in your life where there's been a little bit of sadness around, they still see you as this Queen of Wands energy, someone who is supportive, someone who's following their path and journey. So whatever work you're doing around here, I don't want you to doubt yourself or think less of yourself, or like whatever chapter's next, that you can't also create what life you want to create in that dynamic. There's just some sadness there, I think, with a child right now. But I feel like things are going well. They really do see you as an incredible, if you are a parent or whatever support person, they think you're amazing. They think you're incredible. They see how wonderful you are, and they know that they can rely on you. There's just something I think this child needs to do for them, and by supporting them is the best thing that you can do without worrying too much about yourself, by just giving, I'm not saying giving in, but giving them the support they need to make the decisions they need, even though it may not, might be heavy on your heart. So that's kind of just what I'm feeling there. But overall, Pisces, like, you got the sun shining. You just need to keep the strength, keep the energy there, because a lot of goodness is coming on through. I'm going to leave that with you. Stay well, dear ones. Have a great day. Bye now.